English teacher, guiding words like a preacher. Chalk in hand, he's on a mission, shaping dreams with precision. Joseph, the English teacher,
Hi
the best
everyone,
teacher
welcome
in
again
the world.
to another
Wisdom's
Teacher
light,
Joseph
a shining
podcast.
beacon.
Well, this is Christmas coming up, and I wanted to tell you about Christmas in Saudi Arabia. Now, as you know, I'm rather fond of the Arab culture. When I was in Arabia last time, Christmas was something that was, well, virtually unheard of. People didn't celebrate it, and in many ways, it was forbidden. Times have changed, and we're going to read about what's happening with Christmas in Saudi Arabia. So let's have a look in 2025 to see how the country's changed. So you can see there's some people with presents. I'm sure that's a stock photo. I mean, really, obviously, these people are Westerners who are perhaps working there. So let's see. It says Christmas celebrations were not publicly observed in Saudi Arabia. However, in recent years, the kingdom has undergone significant social and cultural changes, allowing more freedom for religious and cultural events. As Christmas 2025 approaches, Saudi Arabia is witnessing a transformation in how the holiday is recognized and celebrated. From decorated shopping malls to special events, the country is opening up to the festive spirit in a way that was once unimaginable. Yeah, things really are changing. It's amazing, isn't it? Because this is not the news that we hear about Saudi Arabia, at least not recently anyway. In history, it's been known for being very conservative. And it says here, Saudi Arabia, as the birthplace of Islam, has traditionally upheld strict religious guidelines. In the past, public celebrations of non-Islamic holidays, including Christmases, were largely restricted. However, with the introduction of Vision 2030, a national plan led by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to modernize the kingdom, there has been a gradual shift in cultural policies. One of the biggest signs of this change is the increased visibility of Christmas decorations in major cities like Riyadh, Jeddah, and Dhahran. Many shopping malls, restaurants, and even hotels have started putting up Christmas tree lights and festive displays. In 2025, the presence of Christmas in Saudi Arabia is more noticeable than ever. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really think that picture is representative of a typical Arab woman. However, it is true that Saudi Arabia is changing. So, how are people in Saudi Arabia celebrating Christmas? Well, while Christmas is not an official holiday in Saudi Arabia, many expats and even some locals are finding ways to celebrate the occasion. Here are some of the most popular ways people are embracing Christmas in the kingdom. Let's have a look. So it says Christmas decorations in public spaces, festive dining in Christmas themed events, church services for Christian residents. Now, it says here, while public Christian worship was once highly restricted, there have been changes. In 2025, Christian expatriates in Saudi Arabia are able to attend private church services, particularly in diplomatic compounds or designated worship areas. And you can even buy Christmas gifts now. And it says here why. Well, they started this thing called Vision 2030 to try to open the country up, and it's all part of that. A growing expat community, many people work there in Aramco, and I think many of us here, even me, had uncles or families who lived in Arabia. They're trying to boost tourism to give Saudi Arabia a popular image as well. Yeah, but I'm not sure all Arabs would be in agreement. When you keep a population thinking a certain way for generations, they don't just suddenly open up. It says here the increased presence of Christmas in Saudi Arabia has sparked a variety of reactions. Many younger Saudis and expatriates have welcomed the changes, seeing them as a sign of progress and openness. And social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram have been flooded with photos of Christmas trees, festive decorations, and joyful gatherings. But there are still people, it says here, however, there are still some who believe that Christmas should not be publicly recognized in Saudi Arabia. Conservative voices argue that the country should maintain its Islamic traditions. Yes, of course, because it's in many ways the center stage for Islam, isn't it? Right, despite these opinions, the government's approach has been to allow cultural diversity while maintaining respect for Christian values. So they are doing some things: more public events, greater corporate participation, expanded religious tolerance, continued growth in tourism. It says here, Christmas 2025 in Saudi Arabia is a clear example of how the country is evolving. Now, I have to say, I did find this article a little bit unbelievable. So we're going to just double check with a few other articles as well. But just to give you some kind of flavor of this, I mean, this is a country that if you convert to Christianity from Islam, you will be killed or at least seriously imprisoned. Likewise, if you try to propagate Christianity, you're in big trouble. And again, you could end up dead. So it's very hard to balance that with what we're reading here, you know. But I think they're just trying. They're trying to find ways of being more open. But I really don't think the people are ready for that. But nice to see they're doing something. Yeah, yeah. Who doesn't love a little bit of joy in December? And there we are, a little bit more info about how Christmas is celebrated in Saudi Arabia. I did have a quick look through some other articles on the internet, and it does seem that these days it is very much Santa Claus and Santa hats. Let's hope that they don't get Mariah Carey. I wouldn't wish that punishment on anyone. We have suffered enough with Mariah. They don't need that kind of suffering. And anyway, it's only a bit of fun with Christmas decorations. It doesn't actually represent anything which could be offensive. It's not Christian. I think in Saudi Arabia, if you own a Bible, it's illegal. So you have to be very careful. But it is simply a little red hat, you know, a Christmas tree. Well, the rest of the world's doing it. It's nice to see it reaching Saudi Arabia. Having said all of that, though, many people here talk about how traditions should be kept pure in a country. So maybe that's on people's minds as well. Right, that's it from me for now. Have a lovely day. Bye.